Bar, and I'm going to carry on with the TIE Fighter bird box. But also, I'm going to make a little tiny shutter as well while I'm at it. But yeah, let's see what we got. Well, this is what we got. How far we got to last time. I'll put one coat of paint on it. Obviously, it needs more on the front faces, and I haven't painted the back yet. But just to get something on there, so I get the layers of paint. So if any water gets trapped, it doesn't end up getting in there and splitting it all apart. So yeah, let's see what we can do, shall we? There it is so far. It's our TIE Fighter bird box. It's a bit rough around the edges at the moment. It's got sanding and filling and stuff like that, but it needs more detailing. Now, on these solar array wings, these bits here, which are attached to the pylons, I want to add. If you remember last time, hello, Lee, buddy. It went flying. It did in the wind. Luckily, I didn't leave it out in the UK. Luckily, it's not in the UK to come to that. But yeah, because obviously it might have gone a little bit. Well, a bit of a trek. It went about 20 metres, it is, and busts one of the pylons off. It's not meant to fly, it's a bird box, obviously. So anyway, I've got these offcuts which come off the off the tongaroo that I'm using on the shutters. I thought, well, that'd make quite good detailing for those parts. If you remember rightly, that this is black, will be black, and then these are grey. So if I could use them on there like so, I'll frame that all the way around. Like so, on each of those, and on the inside as well. So I'll do that. Also, on the back here, because it exposed its weakness, you see, when it went crashing into the ground. So I want to put a couple of little reinforcers on here to the actual body. Because if you look at the actual, the real one, it's not actually real, obviously, but it has this extra bulk at the back anyway. But you're not going to see it. All you're going to see is the front is going to be in a tree. That's the plan, anyway. But God, it's going to need some sand and some filling and God knows what else. So I'm just using all scraps, you see. Hence little splits here and there and what have you. So, yeah, it's not fine carpentry by no means. It's a case, stick it all together. And if it stays there, jobs are good. So I've got to decide how I'm going to cut these. Normally I'd use the mitre trim, which is over there. I might still do, actually. Which means we'll move guys and gals over here towards my mitre trimmer. Just that machine there. The lever on it. It's like a guillotine, basically, for wood. That's what it is. And who we got here, anyway? Hello, Mad Monk. How you doing, buddy? Oh, yes. The Star Wars thingy. TIE Fighters. Yeah, it's come together. It did come apart, but, yeah. Ah, Gingers. Kit Kat. Hello there. And Estowit. Yes, I officially finished my keto diet. Let's do it today. After what you were saying, actually, it made a lot of sense. The idea of eating too much fat when the pain I was getting in my chest the other day resembles gallbladder. Well, it wasn't chest, it was like in the rib cage, sort of lower rib cage, like diaphragm area. And I was talking to Caroline about it, and it's exactly what problem she was having when she had her gallbladder troubles. Yep, got my glues all mixed ready to go. So we're going to put some more trims onto that. But also then, after that, I'm going to make another little tiny shutter as well. But first of all, let's see what we can do with this. Oh, the guillotine. Don't put your fingers in it. No, because it'll hurt. Yes. It's very sharp. Yeah. I wonder what I'd like to put in there, Mr. Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson. No, we're not doing politics. Or is that just sadomasochism? I can't even say the word now. Blimey. Okay, so I've got all these bits of wood over here. So how we can do this so you can see. So keep moving the camera. To there. Maybe not. I have to keep moving the camera, I reckon. Anyway, so I'm going to mark some bits first to go around the solar array wings. And the actual angles of these cuts are going to be, it's going to be winged really. I'm going to wing it. Sounds like a plan. My new pencil. So I get a couple of clamps so I can hold it on and I can mark it with it clamped into place. Oh, got another one clamp here. I'm coming back. Did you miss me? Oh. So. Oh dear, what on earth are we doing? So I'll start there and we're going to clamp it on there just temporarily. Squeaky. And then we're going to, using a pencil, I'm only going to wing it. I'll do it by eye. So, the same from there to there. Then we're going to go over to there. So I'll just do a cut first. Ooh, whoa, 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 nearly went the wrong way. That had been silly. Right. Oh, I don't know if that's sharp enough. It's more of a trimmer than a cutter. No, just. Is that side sharper? It's quite good, it's got double blades on it, might need a sharpen. Ooh, oh, that side sharp. Blimey, yeah. Right. That's not me 45. So I can. That's an idea. That's a plan. If I set the right angle. How about that? Is that right? Yes. Yes. Listen. Look, I am your father. I'll move that can a minute, it's a bit closer to the guillotine. Something about the thing, it's so sharp. I need to sharpen the other blade because I was doing a load of oak work with it the other day. And that needs to say that will take the edge off in no time. A little bit shorter, a little bit shorter, a little bit all shorter. Got another video going live on the other channel at 6 o'clock about EU clearing. Exciting. There we go. Right, here we go. Well, I'm making the perilous journey to that island, you know that place, what's it called now? Oh, yeah, you know, England. Beginning of next month, to see the family. Nice to see the family. I'm not actually looking forward to going back. I'm obviously honest about it. I'm kind of, God, why do I want to do that for? But I do need to see my grandchildren. Well, I've been told I do. They're still children. Although my little Grace is lovely. Right. Okay, that's on there. So once I've got my clamp on, I'll put a couple of pins in. I'll just keep adding and adding and adding. You know, it's not structural, is it? It's just we're just trimming. Just so we can add some detail. So I've got my little pin now. Oh dear, I've got to turn you around. What I feel like I am. There you go. I've got my bit of wood at the top there. I'm just going to pin that on. Lock off. There you go. Angle. The reason why I'm putting it at an angle, because it's like dovetailing. It's sort of, you make doubly sure the nails can't pull out because you've got two opposing nails, you say, or pins in this case. Little tiny pins. Boom, 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 boom. So that one go there. Okay, that's a pen. I'll do that angle first. Let me show you this guillotine. It's quite a cool little thing, really. You can adjust the fence. I've adjusted that fence, so it should be the right angle. And bring you right round so you can see it. Oh, it's going to be in my way if I do that, isn't it? I'll tell you what. I'll remove you from there. Dun, 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 dun. So over here we go. And hopefully I can do it down here. Can you see? God's sake, what I'm doing. Right. Easier said than done. It's got to fall over, isn't it? Oh, if I put a weight on it, that might work. There you go. Right, guillotine. So you're just going to trim that. You don't try and take one big cut. You'll split the wood. So you just sort of trim it like that. Take shavings off like you would do when you're planing the wood. It's really awkward because I'm sort of leaning over the camera. So I hope you can see. No, you can't. That's silly, wasn't it? Oh, hang on. That lean forward there, do. Haha! Things that I do. So basically, you push it, push it against the blade, then lift the blade back in a little bit, and you take a little peeling each time. Like that. The beauty about it is you get a really, really smooth cut. Oh, noisy! So, come back up here, you. There you go. So we're going to come back over here. La 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 la. So, like so. So we'll do one this side on here. Then we're going to do. I'll have to do some shutters as well. That one's right on the knot. That's not very helpful, is it? It's probably took too much material off. So that's just going to break that. That knot will fall out. So I might scrap that one. Ooh. Do that again. There you go. There's one I prepared earlier. That one's a bit lumpy. Oh dear, not doing very well here. There you go. That's better. Okie dokie. So, because these are like offcuts from the shutter material, they're kind of like a bit sporadic to whether or not they're all cut the same. So I'm just going to sort of chop it off there and trim that. La 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 la. It'll be in a second. Come back here, you. So that's going to go on there like that. That's good. So, you get the gist, don't you? No? Okay, you don't. Ugh. Lumpy glue. Now I'm gone. Okay. Ooh, it's taking shape. Okay, you've got to peel that side off there. La 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 la. Oh, I'm dropping things on my feet. It's like picture framing. How's that? That's good. So these ones will have to be trimmed a bit because the angle's going the other way as well. So it's like what we call a compound angle. That's a better way, doesn't it? But it doesn't matter. Yeah. Get the idea? It just gives it a bit of a bit more detail, doesn't it? But you could do it with paint, actually, to be honest. I think it's going to look better because the solar ray wings actually on in the films is that they're actually quite thick. They're not thin things. They're not like like you know, like a wing. They're actually quite thick. Thicker, the wing's quite thick. Through the overall section. Okay, so I'm going to flip this around to there. So put one on there. This is when I'm going to have to be a bit more creative because the angles are changing. Is that long enough? Probably not. Right, so because those angles are changing, they're going in both directions. These ones are. Actually, that's not. That's quite good. That's fine. Actually, no, we're winging it. I'm not exactly winging it. Winging it. Not much logic to what I'm doing. It's just doing it. Oh, it's brutal. It is. It's brutal. This one needs a head cam. Actually, there's multiple cameras I keep talking about. That's what I really ought to be doing. Isn't it? Because then I can set up beforehand and put the cameras where they could go, where they need to be on certain machines or where I plan to be. And then I'll just press a button. Let me just swap from one to the other. The chisel. A sharp chisel. How sharp was that one? Yes. So that side's okay, but this side's a bit, well. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, when I go in, when I'm working this glue, I've got this stuff all over my flipping fingers, and I'm just constantly like trying to pick it off my fingers all evening. You can't really work with latex gloves very easily. Well, I can't anyway. Sometimes I have to wear. I've got some like bike gloves that I wear because of my carpal tunnel. I don't need to do this sort of work because it's like, it's not exactly hard on the hands, is it? La 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 la. Anyway, who we got here? Right. Da, 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 da. So just being videos is holding on to a train. Yes! You've got Storm EU Nice, haven't you? That sounds pretty scary stuff over there. Hope everybody's okay. Because that does look pretty ferocious. I remember when I was working at Lacey Electrical years and years and years ago, and we had to do a job on, it was called the Jumbo Restaurant. Everyone knows it was from Norwich, so it was the Chinese restaurant. It was called the Jumbo. It was, and the thing about it was, it was had a sign outside, especially in the multi-story car park, and there I was sent up in the wind, up this ladder to try and secure. I was with another guy as well. We had to secure this sign because the wind had damaged it, and there's all stuff like to fly out of it, all the perspex and whatever else. It's quite a big sign. So there I was, a flipping ladder in that wind, and I hold off for dear life. And David was holding on to me as well. I had to drill a hole in the perspex, so we put a toggle in it. So if it did fall, or if we dropped it, it'd end up still attached to a piece of rope. basically drill a hole, a bit of wood, tie to a bit of rope, push it through the hole, and then it can't come back through the hole again. That was kind of the plan or the idea. And God, I was petrified. I was. I was only about 17. It was quite young. And God, that was frightening. In that bloody wind. That morning, we already had me and my sister. I mentioned it in my last stream actually on the other channel. Me and my sister, in her little Morris Minor, going to work in that wind. It's 1988 or something like that. Been 88? No, it wasn't 88. Before 87, I think it was. And there's a place called Standard Place, which is like it's just been built or being built, and it was office apartments and office space. Yeah, it's going to be rentable office space. It's still there, places, and there you go. And it was, God, Bennett, scaffold boards were flying off the scaffold. It was a new building. It was going to be a new building, and these boards were flying off everywhere. They were. And one day he hit us, and then straight in front of us, in little Morris Minor. Yes, the Morris Minor was old even then. It was a 1962, I think it was. Morris Minor. Lovely little car. That was a lovely car until I rolled it. That wasn't a very good idea, the Morris Minor. You just keep rolling. A place called Water Lane in Little Plumstead. Not far from. I was going to work basically in my sister's car. She lent it to me. And I hit this water, and the car just went over and over and over and over again. And smashed the car up to pieces, which is really sad because it was a lovely little old car. My sister was very, very upset about it and very angry with me. Don't get me wrong, you don't. It wasn't as though I was racing anyway, because you don't want them. No, not likely. Goes to there, to there, to there. Let's go that way. Decided not to use the guillotine. Let's quickly use the chisel for this job. And I've got to keep moving the camera, have I? Yeah, let's bring you back up a little bit. Oh, see my beautiful face. Face. You know, the video's been put up recently. I've been there's no editing in them whatsoever, and it's just everything sort of like done as a live show. Even the sound effects, all that's obviously done live, which makes it really quite difficult, quite hard actually to make a video without making mistakes. So I do apologise if I do. Go in there. Oh, the nails are popped through. Maybe there wasn't. I'll just break them off. Backs and forwards until they go. Oh, I should do. They usually do. Sorry for that. I just get the. I'll tell you what. Hey. They haven't heard of metal fatigue. There you go. This time. Try to make sure they stay in. Go where they're supposed to go. There you go. That's better. Alright, we're getting around it. We're getting around that side. Lovely. Alright, let's do that one now. That looks good. Maybe a little bit more. La 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 la. So basically, I'll do that on both sides of each one. So we won't do all that today, because it'll get a bit boring and monotonous doing the same thing. But there's two reinforcement bits need to go on the back there. I'll make sure that these bits are secured well to the fuselage. You know, the body bit in the middle. Otherwise, it's like to go walk about again. I want to keep to fix it, you see. So now I'm not going to do that one yet. What I'll do is I'll cut that one first, and then we can make sure they're together. Bum, 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 bum. And also, I need some more bits like this, because I've been putting these on the fire, you see, like the fire. I thought, oh, hang on, that works on there. Needs a central bit down there as well, but that works on there. And we need some bits down here. So that, maybe not. Probably thin the bits on there. So that bit's black. Oh, these are all black. There's actually bits supposed to be another piece of framing down here as well as part of the opposite the spar, the pylon. But it's stylistic. It's not meant to be. There's never my intention to have it, to be overly detailed. It'd be nice if it was, but really, we will be making other bird boxes as well. So I can, getting the volume of. I've got a lot to do. We put a load of trees in, so that's good. We can start getting them in. There's about 18 trees gone in so far. We've got a load more coming up. We're going to buy some eucalyptus as well. We want to try and mix and match it up again. And original plan was just to let it go wild, but we're going to make it so it's a bit more, easier to maintain, so it doesn't end up in a big mess. We want to make sure it's good for animals, you see, and other creatures. The problem we've got here is we were talking to David, or Didier, who's our farmer, and he said, because we'll talk to him about it first, because obviously his farm is adjacent to our land, so I was going to see how he felt about it before we got carried away with it. And he's fine with it, but what he did say, don't be careful, because some tree tops here, like acacia, for instance, all that's a really good timber for posts and what have you, because it's quite rock resistant. It's not a very good one to allow to take advantage of. It's a invasive species, so once they get established, the roots they just go everywhere, and you get all these saplings off the roots. But the problem with the acacia is vicious. It's got really big spikes on it, which we don't want to have, because obviously we want to be able to maintain what's there. I don't constantly be getting jabbed and stabbed by acacia spikes, like big thorns. They are vicious things. And I know what you're talking about, because where we are, there's a lot of acacia. And although, that's still a nicest tree, but they take over, you see. You just end up having loads and loads of acacia. And we want to make sure that we've got a mixed variety of trees, and not necessarily just letting go absolutely wild. So we are going to have to look after and manage it. You can't just, you can, but it might be counterproductive just to let it go mad. Do more harm than good. So we are going to manage it to some degree, but I want to manage it in a way that's good for the creatures. A friend of ours is interested in putting bees on land. That's quite good, I think. I hope it'll be good, anyway. And she's my son, he doesn't live here, but my eldest son's allergic to bees. So Caroline's a bit nervous about the idea at first, but she's all right now. Right, so that one's got the first stage of framing. There's more to go in the middle here, and there's bits to go along here, but I need to machine them up. But I'm just using the offcuts from these shuttles. So if you look at that is from the... So when I do my rails, the ledges for the shutter, I'm taking it off and replace it with that. Taking those off so to get a square edge. So I'm using them. I thought, that's ideal on there. Got to do that side as well. I ain't actually got enough to do that. I've got 2 more bits left. But when I do the other shutters now, I'll make sure I save them. So I just want to So basically what I'm going to be doing is, I've got to do that, plus some additional parts there. These will be black, that will be all grey, I'll paint us all in. And the same on this side here. On the back here, I'm going to put a couple of extra spars in. I've got 2 pieces of wood here that I've got to go on, which I forgot to put on last time, these 2 pieces. They've got to be glued and nailed into there like so. And then I'm going to put another spar reinforcement on there, just in case the wind gets it again. I may be worrying too much, to be honest, but, you know, hey-ho, c'est la vie. So that's going to go on there like so. I'll glue them on now. I think the nail gun out. Oh, used a little 18 gauge, I think that'll be enough for that. What nails we got in there? 40s, they're good. Goodies, goody gumdrops. Who remembers the goodies? Bill Oddie. No, he's into birds now. Well, he has been for some while, but oh, Bill Oddie. That's this one there. But I don't want a piece of wood going into my finger, so I'm going to put that on there, so I'm push against it. And then we make sure that's it. There we go. It's coming through a bit, but it doesn't matter. Let's nip it off. Or, actually, better idea, toss them in. Clinch them. La 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 la. It's going to be quite a bit of work in this thing, really, isn't it? For a blooming bird box. A bit nuts, really. Whose idea was this? I'm probably going to be going live in here tomorrow as well on the woodworking side. I've been doing sort of like Saturday afternoons, aren't I? So probably going live then as well. I'm only going to be live for a short period of time today because I've got to have my tea with the missus. We're going to have, well, I'm going to have curry today. Prawn curry is what I made. So what we do though, it's all out of the jar. Stuff that we made. Basically, I make curry sauces the previous year from all our tomatoes and peppers and God knows what else. And we use it as our base for our curries. And then all we have to do is add whatever we add to it, marinate our prawns to suit, and then really yummy. Remember, you don't want nails in your fingers. Use a bit of wood, just in case it blasts through. Yep. So what I'm going to do, I've got one that's gone through there. So I'm going to have a tapered piece from here to there, which I'm going to use a short piece of this to do that with. So it's going to be like a tapered part from there to there. And that just gives a bit more contact area here, you see. So first of all, we need to measure from there to there first. 80 millimetres. 8 centimetres. Oh, need to cut the tongue off. Oh, that'll give me a couple more bits of that, won't it? Oh, there we go. Oh no, the camera's facing the wrong way. How silly was that? Anyway, I've just took that groove off basically, so it's flat on there now. I'm going to measure 80mm from here to here, which, ooh, given this there, you just all we'll do is remove that then, that's okay. And then I need a straight edge, or a rule, if I can find a rule. There's one there. How long has it got to be? Tape. There you go. 155. 155. Basically, I need 155. It's going to be 25mm this end. 25mm there, and to nothing at that end. I need a square, don't I? That's a good idea. Where's my squares? Ooh, can't find a square. Oh, I've got a little one, that's what I want. Do you know what? I need a tidy up, I think. Okay, so I'm going to put the square on there like so. So that is the piece I want to keep, is that. But I'm going to do the opposite of that as well on the other side, but I'm going to cut one at a time. Hello, P. Dallas! As far as I know, he plans to plant some with... Oh, who do you respond to? Habu. Yes, we do have a couple of walnut trees. They're only small, they're not producing just yet. But we will be planting some more as well. What we've got so far, we've got silver birch, we're putting a couple more oaks. We're going to be getting 2 eucalyptuses. We've got a bit mixed here. We've got to be a little bit careful. We can't go massively implant loads and loads of those trees at the moment because we've got to water them through the summer. Ideally, we need to be getting. I'll start making sure I've got a head all screwed on. So when you come into the autumn period, we can then plant our trees. Majority of the trees through the autumn period. So it's got all the rest of the winter, autumn and rest of the winter season to be able to be getting its roots. So the following year, hence be 2023, it will be able to suck water out of the ground. At the moment, anything we put in, we're going to, me and poor Caroline, we're going to be running around with watering cans and little Bowser and that watering the trees throughout the summer, through sort of like, probably, I would say most definitely July and August. Depends on the weather, obviously. But you've got to remember those trees are not going to have, they're going to have hardly any, they are. We want to do some sort of specimen trees as well, so they're not, our plant, how we're going to do it is, I don't know if you've seen the field, with the well, there's an old well, it's disused well. We're going to create a clearing in the middle, and we're trying to create the segments. We're having a segment, which is going to be quite a few trees, which is going to be just silver birch. The top part is already mixed with variety. We've got all sorts of things in there: conifers, hazels, wheat and willows, and all sorts of stuff. Towards the roadside, we're going to keep that mixed, sort of a mixture of trees. But then within the clearing, we're going to have a few solitary trees as well, such as, like say, the walnuts and various others as well. Could be solitary trees. They like space, and also they create a nice big tree. Sometimes less is more. And also got to think about, obviously there's only so many trees you can buy with the amount of money that you get. Obviously via the GoFundMe, because it's all about money. Everything's about money these days. So it's sad. People got. Why can't we do credits? Why can't it be like Star Trek? So yeah, no, it's just I think about 12. What's in that account at the moment? I think it's about €1,200 in that account at the moment, which is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, absolutely brilliant. But we obviously need quite a bit of money. There's a lot. One thing, they're more expensive than we thought. From what we're off original, we didn't realise when we looked at the price of the trees, we didn't realise how tiny they were. Some of them up to 40 centimetres in length, and they're like 20, 30 quid for these little sticks, little whips. So ideally, we don't want to go too big, obviously, because then they'll take ages to get established, and you'll probably find the smaller trees will overtake the big ones. Stream go down? Has it gone down? I don't think it's gone down. Has the stream gone down to it? Have I gone down? I can check. Has the stream gone down, or is it okay? I'm directly doing it via YouTube at the moment. Ba bum bum bum. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so we got the top area near the road area. That is going to be more mixed. On the on the south boundary, it's going to be mainly silver birch. But on the boundary, which is basically the boundary, what we're on the boundary is about 1.5 meters or 2 meters actually from the boundary. We're doing it as a boundary hedge, so we put the hedgerows in as well, layered hedgerows. We're just thinking about creatures, birds, and even the little field mice and stuff. They all need somewhere to live, don't they? And it saddens us here. I know it's the same in the UK, but they're ripping up trees left, right, and centre at the moment. We just yesterday when we trundled down into the village. Or into the town, sorry. It was loads and loads of boundary trees, oaks, big old oaks, and chestnuts. Chestnuts are supposed to probably say coppers anyway, but the oaks they're just chopped off at the bottom. They're gone. Loads of them, hundreds and hundreds of oaks gone. I thought, why? I know why. Because they want to put in easy to manage fencing, stock fencing. And they use that mouton stuff. It's like a square grillage, usually about 4 inch, 100 mil, 120 mil square netting, and sheep fencing basically. And they're putting loads of that, and also wires as well, just electric wires. Generally, here you find the sheep they put in like mouton fencing, which is the grillage for the sheep. But for the actual cows, a lot of it around here is electric fences. But when you've got trees in the way, it's actually hard for them to put the fences in, because the trees, obviously, you've got to get everything past these trees. And they're trying to incorporate as much land as they possibly can. And it's kind of sad to see, actually. There's so many trees just being whipped out. And you think so I fly a drone, and I've noticed that what's happening is, in some of these areas where they're like little forests, they've chopped loads of trees down inside the forest, so you've still got like a boundary of trees. So you think the forest is still there, then it's just felled, all gone inside. It's a bit like the tarmac, or the gypsies selling your carpets, and they cut the middle of the carpet out, and you roll out stuff in there in the middle. What was it, gypsies, or was it? Oh God, like travelling people, the travellers. Probably say tarmac next. And Mike, how you doing, buddy? Wet and windy in Manchester. Have I got wind? No, I'm okay, thanks. No, we have got a little bit of wind here, but not much at all. Lots and lots of rain. Yep, that's it. Just put Simon says, walnuts are easy to grow. Just put a bucket upside down on top, and seeds don't want rain on their head. Yeah, we've got loads of oak saplings at the moment, so what we're going to be doing is, so we can get the money to go as far as possible, we're going to, we've already started actually, we're going the willows, because we've got a variety of different willows here, because what we've already put in, we've got the contorted, the twisted willow, like the witchy willow. We're going to propagate that. That's really easy to propagate. We've got sort of a common willow, and we've also got weeping willow here, and we've got what's the other one? Flamingo willow, the one with a variegated leaf. So we've got quite a few different willows, and they're actually really easy to propagate. So that would save quite a bit of the fund. So we're going to do a load of cuttings off those, dogwood and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's just a bit of a mixture. But it's what we got to be careful of. If you plant too many trees of the same variety in the same space, you've got to think about what's this stuff called? Miser. Oh, there goes light. Oh, there, come back on, you. Oh, hello, can you see me? No, okay. Doesn't want to come back on. Never mind. The thing about, I think you've got to make a fungus. You know, if one tree gets a particular kind of specific virus to that tree, you can wipe your whole lot out. So So what we'll make sure is that we got they kind of like you end up in a no man's ground. You know, you get one tree isn't affected by that particular virus, so then it doesn't spread any further. Because with a lot of these viruses, these funguses, they tend to they tether through the ground. Mycelium, mycelium, mycelium. Yeah, that white fluffy stuff you get on your mushrooms. That stuff. Oh, anyway, where was I? Ah, we have lightoseam. Lightoseam. Right, so that one got to be cut. So I'll chop that off of there. Oh. And then we're going to make a shutter. Once these are on. Oh, now I'm going to do something dangerous. Oh, don't do it, Marcus. Dangerous. Oh, shouldn't do it like that. Hopefully it fits. So that's the idea. That's going to go that way around. A little bit shorter. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. If I hit it with a hammer, that'll do the job, won't it? That'll take a fraction off of that. I love that radial arm saw. I've had loads of those radial arm saws and they're really good. No, that's not a good idea. Take more off it. Deforming the solar array wings, that's better. And that should go up there like so. A bit of an angle on that one. Where's my pencil? Oh, here it is. Okay. Right, bear with me. That's good. Just maybe a bit more off that edge. Just a little bit more off there. Loads better. That's good. That's good. Right, we need put a bit of shape on that, so I use a little block plane. Little low angle block plane. Oh, I fit better on that side. I don't. Glue. Glue and nails. That's what we need. That's what we need. All the water traps I'm creating. But I will be making some basic bird boxes later, and like I say, other stuff as well. Yeah, ordinary stuff. Because they're practical. Good. There we go. Screw in there. So that's the side that fell off in the wind. It's rather annoying. That was not a good plan. That needs to be banged in there. Nice banged. It's a technical term for banging. Is there a technical term for banging? Not that kind of banging. 150. Yeah, that storm, EU nice. That's a bit ferocious, isn't it? I don't know if Glasgow kissed his head, because I bet he's that's not a storm. This is this is a storm. So you know your wind's up at Scotland. So they're real winds, he goes. So we'll whip that off. Do the other side. See what? Yeah, if you can see it. So we've got one on. I just realised this is the back. I'm not going to see any of this anyway, but at least it stiffens it up. La 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 la, da dee dee dee. Right, it's all done, it's all fun, all good fun. It's not too bad at all. So what we'll do is we'll need to take a little bit more off of that side there, because you probably can't see actually. There was a gap underneath. That just won't do. You probably notice I'm not that fussy with this. The one thing that's for me, or for the birdies, and I don't think they're very fussy, and it's going to have loads of filler and other stuff all over it, and loads of paint. Whatever you do, when you do this, you do a hand like this, don't plane your fingers. Been there, done that, and it hurts. Especially if you've got a sharp plane. That's good, that's in there. Just need to put some glue on that. Yeah, we're going live tomorrow as well, probably around, well, I suppose about 2 o'clock your time, around that. I'll put it in the, I don't know how to schedule them at the moment from my phone if I'm going live. So at the moment I have to do it via the phone in here until I've got something better set up. I've been kind of in the studio, I've been sort of trying to get that all tickety-boo in there, as in the technical side of it. First of all, it's going to be all really easy. I don't want to worrying about. But surprisingly, you have all these things, they conflict with each other. You know, it's just my computer just is a good laptop, but it just struggle a little bit because there's a lot going on, and it's not necessarily the computer itself struggling. It's like parts of, like for instance, it's struggling with the USBs. There's so many things plugged into USBs to make it work, make the whole thing come together, and it's yeah, just kind of it falls on its face a little bit, falls flat on its face. Just clamping that up. And then I'll nail it, make sure it's squeezed up. I might put some screws in there as well, I think, to help it. Otherwise, it's going to come apart. It just won't do. Right, so it's on there like so. This is the side that came off, so it's not very flat on there. I could have done a better job of that, but never mind. It's on there like so. So, what hell is that? That is the top. So I have to make sure. Da, 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 da. Right, now these are on there, I'm going to put some screws in as well. And I think I'll go over this with some decorated cork in places. So that can be going off. And I can then, before we do any more on this, hopefully I get another coat of, you know, paint on it. There's all these areas, you see, where water's going to get trapped. And then obviously that'll just rot. Or literally push it apart because it'll freeze and expand. So you need to make sure you sort of like seal it up really. So that's kind of what I've done there. Two extra bits to reinforce its attachment to here. And I'll go back some screws in there as well. Make sure of it. The screws out, the box is that the plastic liner inside is smaller than this. Thankfully. Not so much at the front, but at the back it is. So all this got to be filled, you see, with all the in there. So it's got his canopy piece got to go on there. I could quickly make that. Yeah, the bit that we get in and out, I suppose. I'm not gonna worry about that. Right, that's on there, that's on there, that's on there. Right, so far so good. So you're getting the idea, I suppose, aren't you? So there's lots and lots of sand and lots of filling to be done. But need to say it should be more kind of round that way, but it's made out of wood and it's a bird box, and I've got to think about the volume of space inside the actual bird box. Concerts cancelled. What concert? Oh yeah, they will be, won't they? Crikey, can you imagine it being in an arena? Oh yeah, are you talking about the O2? It's lost part of its roof, isn't it? 1,000 people evacuated. Crikey. Yeah, same here, Peter, so I hope no one's been hurt. So Belfast, no wind in Belfast, says to Peter, I take it. Hello, Peter. Hello, Kit Kat. Good evening to everyone. Very wet and, yes, you got wind. Da, 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 da. That. Walnut trees. Yeah, walnut trees. Yeah, we're still doing it. We're plodding along with the trees. So, Joe, how are you? Didn't see you all the way up there. I hope you're well. Yeah, it's come together. It had a little accident. I don't know if I told you already, but it had a little accident. The wind decided it was going to take it for a little trip. But yeah, it's a bit Heath Robinson. I think it's fixed now, obviously, you know. But it's got a lot of things to do, a lot of sanding to do, and a bit more detail. It's obviously stylistic, and it's not going to be, you know, like the real thing, because the bird box. Birds are going to poop all over it. That's what they're going to do. That's what birds do. The Millennium Dome has lost its roof. Oh yeah, Millennium. God, they sold that for €1. Oh, for £1, didn't they? Crazy. Just to take over the debt. Right, so next thing's next. I'm now going to make another little shutter. It's only a little shutter. Using offcuts that I've got already, because they're offcuts from another shutter, and I've got some small shutters to make. So I thought I'd make a small shutter. Oh, before I do that, I was going to fill it. I'm going to get some decorator's cork and just do some filling on that first, because that'll be going off for tomorrow. Or should I? It would make more sense not to. No, I won't, because there's glue there, and the glue's got to go off first before I do that. So we'll put this over here, And I'm going to move the camera over here. Let's knock together a shutter. Just a little one. We'll be doing more on the Millennium Falcon. What am I talking about? Darth Vader's TIE Fighter tomorrow. And then I'll have some more of these then, so I can do some more of those. And we can do that. I need to do his hatch. Well, how the hell is he going to get in there? And also got to make, we need to put a hole in there as well. Otherwise, how the hell is he going to see? Well, that's all painted up. That's going to look so cool. Right. So like, you know, I'm off that weird diet now, but I did actually lose about 5 kilos on it. But I am going to carry on with the diet. But I'm going to be careful, very careful in fact. Keep away from the crisps, keep away from the beer. No more beer. And, you know, luckily I'm definitely more active at the moment. So that's good news. So what I've got to do tonight, I need to also do my videos for tomorrow. This is going to be a late one. Weather's so terrible. I can't do videos outside at the moment. It's constantly raining. So I sort of put the out of the question at the minute. So I'm just doing it in the studio at the moment. I hope they're okay. On the other channel, that is, obviously. Right, how wide is this shutter going to be? You tell me. Which one we're going to do? Oh, my pencil. Come back over, don't over there. Right, where's my thing gone? Right, so, shutter number. So I can do one of these ones. Let's do number 7. Which is... Let's do number 7 or number 8. Ooh. Do number 7. Why not? I'm going to do number 7. Come in, number 7. Yeah, do number 7. Which is quite a wide shutter, but not very tall. No, not that one. I don't use that one because it's lost its tongue. Because it's lost its tongue, you can see light through it. So that one's the one that has to be trimmed. So it's quite a short shutter, but it's over 1 metre wide for the pair. It's 1 metre and 50. Oh, it's not metre 50. Yeah, metre 50. No, metre 20. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong one. Silly old me. What am I like? It's quite lucky because these are the offcuts of the other shutters. So I make use of them. Don't like waste. Too short. Too short. Too short. Too short. Oh, they're shorter, they are. Do I have enough of those boards to do the metre? Bum, 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 bum. I'll do the rails. So I have to use them for the outside edge. That one there. Or do I do a shorter shutter? Or do I do the narrow one actually? That might be a plan. Because that was going to be too wide. I haven't got enough boards that length at the moment, so I'm going to be probably doing the slightly narrow one. It's 80 plus 2 more. Yeah, it's not going to make me wide enough. Just wait until I cut some more. Do some other shutters to get more offcuts. So that one's going to be 965 instead then. So that is 965. There's those 2 boards. So that's all the boards of that length. So until I've actually trimmed some more, I'm not going to have enough boards. So that goes to the outside edge, that bad tongue. And that can go to the other edge over here. Because I'll be trimmed off anyway. I'm not so worried about whether the boards are 100%. I know they're not that bad. But I'm not too worried whether or not they're got a slight bend or not, because the shutter's too short. We would have actually cut the. I'll do what I do though. We've got a knot here, right at the end. I'd rather put it on the end. I'm going to cut off, so I'll get rid of that. It's going to go on the end, so that'll be trimmed off. That's 102. So this one is got a total length of 970. There you go. So that should. That's 960. How many boards is that? There's an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an odd number again. So I need to take the middle one board and I'm going to rip that down the middle. There's two separate. It's a pair of shutters, you see, and I've got to think about where to make them even regarding the cuts. This one's going to be ripped down the middle, and then the excess will be trimmed off their two outside boards. To the saw. Ooh. Right. Ooh. Ooh. I say. So back there we go. It's time at 7 o'clock. I've got 3/4 of an hour. I've got my orders. That I have. She said, don't forget you've got to have your tea. We're going to have tea together or else. See, I'm under the thumb I am, I'll tell you. God, so it's like a tyranny it is. So what I need to do, I need to just plane that edge of these boards. Saves me later. Bring me the Stanley Bailey number 7. Oh, shimmy with timbers. There you go. So I'll cut my fingers off. You're surprised how sharp a piece of wood can be. The bit about when you do this, you also true the bit of wood at the same time. And use a nice long joint of plane like this. So you remove the arras so you don't cut your fingers off. I want to keep the fingers. Well, you won't cut them off, they will cut, yeah, the wood will cut. That it will. Ah, there you go. That's all right. Bum, 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 bum. Got to make sure everything is touching this end. So you mustn't hit the ends too hard, or they bounce. When it stops, that's it. So when you get feedback, that looks good. So now we've got to think about the size of those ledges. My pencil, where's my little holder? Oh, need the holder. Put it back before I lose it. So we now need to work out how long the ledges are going to be. Now the shutter itself is... Is that what I'm doing? Just mark up and remember. So I'm doing that one. Which is only 965 by 970. So it's 965. We know that 960 is... We want a bit of 5. 2 mil. 2.5 mil each side. Anyway. So it's 965. D480. 4825. I'm not doing half mils. 482.5. So do two. Be better to do it. I know what I'm going to do. Oh, these are the ledges, aren't they? So it could be 482s. So I know I need 4 boards at 482. So we've got to go onto the chop saw. Bum, 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 bum. Over we go. And we're going to cut these boards at 482 millimeters. Slightly half a millimeter shorter, but it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Not on this job. That's too short. Well, I'll use these ones over here. I'm just going to have some more short offcuts. I don't know if I can get 2 out of that. I don't think I can look at that. Nope. So there's 4 of those. Four, eight, 2. There we go. La 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 la. I can mark the stop, for which we need a clamp. I'll put them there that way this time. So that what I do is push against the blade, and I know it's the right width or length, sorry. And then we just clamp it onto it. My stop is clamped on the end there. And now all I've got to do, that one's done, so that be moved to one side. So that's one. Up with the scraps, sure it'll be down there, and then we just cut some more. Hang you on a minute. I made a booby. Do you know what I didn't do? I made a booby, everybody. Live. I didn't take off the 60mm for the clearance. It's a bit silly, isn't it? That doesn't mean I can get 2 out of 1. I've got to take 60mm off for the clearance. That makes it 1. That's 4825, so that's 42. Instead, 423. That is very silly. Just 423. Ah, what a fool that I am. It's quite a bit short. I might still can't get 2 out of 1 though. Never mind. Does mean I've got to reset the stop. money. Get some money. 1. Recut. Hit the tripod. We'll come over here, we'll cut his tongues off. Oh, tongues, cut his tongue off. Okay. This will create some more wood for the TIE fighter. Well, it's all the way over there. Tongues and grooves all cut off, and it's giving me some more material for the TIE fighter. Very useful too. So these bits here, we're going to use these for the TIE fighter. That's 4 ledges. Now we're playing them up. How are we doing for the battery? Might be enough. Duke Ranger says, I got back home, and then, because he left earlier on the other channel, I got back home, and then I fell asleep in my chair. Now I'm all groggy and weird. Is there any change there? Maybe not. No? Okay. Hang on. Marcus, you do realise it's only designed to fly in space. That's a good point. That might be what went wrong. Yeah, there's no wind tail. I don't know if does anyone know if it's coming to France? That Storm EU nice. Right, so we now got 4 ledges. So what I've got to do is just clean out the plane, take the roughness off the edge, and then we've got to do the arras, you know, the chamfer. So quick it is with a hand plane. The time I've messed about with a machine, I've done it, you know, it's finished. So sometimes it makes sense, just use a hand tool. If it's sharp, that is. The other thing about a hand tool, you don't get planer marks like you do with an electric planer. Actually, that's the other direction, that one. Like you do with an electric planer. You know, never use machines, you get machine marks. Provided you've got no notches in your plane iron, you don't get any marks in the cut. That was a nice piece of wood, that one was. I don't know this side, there's for knots this side. Oh, knots! Anything to knock the edge off your tool is going to be a knot. There you go. That's done. That's 4 of those smooth edges. Now I need to put the chamfer on, you know, where they got the 45. Which I've got to do with a half, which I'll probably take the microphone off of that. The machine's noisy. And then we can glue them on, nail them on. And then that's another shutter done. Still got to do the braces, but I've got no material for the braces yet. Oh, did I go off? Did I have a glitch? Right, let's get these fixed on there, and that shutters go together. I've still got, like I say, I've still got to do the braces. But yeah, once I've got these on, still got to do the braces. But I can't get them. Well, we've got no more material. It's actually in stock. What I normally use. I might use a different supplier. Which won't matter. It's still pine, northern fir. It don't matter. It's fine. I suppose. Could you say instead? More expensive though. Quite a bit more expensive. I thought it don't really matter what I've got plenty to be getting on with anyway. Don't really matter. I do need to get these shutters done and finished quite soon because obviously the customer wants them. I need to think about that I'm not going to be here when it comes to, well, when I'm in the UK it is. That one there. La 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 la. Let's glue this up. Where's my roller? Roller. There you go. What have I done with the roller? Oh, that's so annoying. It's not there. It's not there. Where can it be? Oh, there it is. In front of my eyes. Right in front of my face. There. Oh, there we go. Ah, sorry. I do apologise. There's a glitch in the matrix. Oh, Glasgow, buddy. Oh, let's see. See that? Oh, isn't it nice? Oh, red pill, blue pill. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Got 20mm from the middle there. Bum 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 bum. Where's my reel gone? Oh, just tape that'll do. Because it's not actually fixing to anywhere. Like if you're doing a joint, obviously your measurements are critical, aren't they? If it's like a floating part, such as the ledges are, the braces aren't. When you do the braces, obviously your measurements are critical. Obviously, for big gaps, and that just won't do. No. But when you just fixing the ledges, if they're like millimetre long or a millimetre short or whatever, more or less, it makes very little difference, if any at all, to the actual job. It's not critical. It's looking good. Oh, nails. I think I need to order some nails. Oh, God. I'm getting low of the 15s. It's good. Next one. They've got baby shutters. They're not the smallest I've made. I'm making ridiculously small shutters. Believe you me, because everything's worked out, and you have a minimum price, you see. Because no matter how big the shutters are, generally you can have a ledge and a brace or something there, so you've still got to do that. But it's hardly material in it. But you do have to have a minimum, like you do when you're ordering glass. You have a minimum size. Yeah, minimum order basically. Here in France, or basically you have to order a minimum of 1 square metre. You still pay for 4 corners, basically. Such as all the beading, the glazing and stuff like that, it's always 4 corners. Such as your bead, obviously not the argon gas or anything like that, what goes into the seals unit. Everything else, is whether you make a tiny one or a big one, you've still got 4 corners, so there's still 4 joints on the beading. Is that a line? Oh, it is. It's good. Good, good, good. Jim, there, does that one. Good, good, good. Now I've got to measure the height of the shutter. So these rails will be quite close. The problem is I've got to go to a certain place because where they've actually got the standard place for the pins, and we call the pintels in the walls. These are the 965s, weren't they? Yes. That they are. So that means there's the 970 tools. Which is a Careful not to get carried away, otherwise you end up making a mistake and then you haven't taken care of your measurements. So that's it. That will be the waste. That's good. Goodies, goody gumdrops. Got them in my head now. And these two are going to go there. So it's only a little old brace. Aesthetically, I'd like them to be further apart, but they have to be where the actual pintails are, which are the parts in the wall. Yeah, part of the hinge. I had a weird comment on my other channel about someone going on about 100% increase of energy costs in France and stuff like that. But we hadn't seen it. I think someone's trying to be funny. Maybe. Who knows? Takes all sorts. Right. Or was he trying to be a parody or something? I don't know. Right. I seem to be attracting actually Brexiters on the other channel at the moment, which I don't mind. It kind of adds a bit of diversity, which I quite like, as long as it's not vitriol. Ta-da! That one. Next one. La-da-da-da-da. Does anyone know if Max is streaming today? It's Friday, isn't it? Because he was in Ireland. He had a bit of a rush to get back to Ireland for one reason or another. I didn't pry. I did ask him to see if he's okay. Yeah, Max for a spare. But I haven't actually watched anyone's videos today, which is unlike me. I came straight in here today because I wanted to get on with a few things. Shutters and stuff. Then I started streaming earlier. The workshop was in such a mess this morning. He just tidied up. There we go. Might be too much glue on that one, but that don't matter. It don't matter. The thing about this kind of carpentry, it's very well. It's not the finest carpentry in the world, is it? It's basically making they're glorified shed doors, aren't they? Really, it's all the old gates. Sheds, doors, or gates is what they are really, but they're shutters. It's quite nice when I get sort of more fine work sometimes. I've got like a nice table to make or something, you know what I mean? It's quite pleasant. I think I mentioned last time actually, I met a big old 4 metre refractory table. I made loads of pine, big old pine tables. Really heavy stuff, you know, big. It's quite nice making things that other people, but stuff you can't buy. Do you know what I mean? So you just you don't end up having all the same old samey stuff. You end up making things for people. It just breaks up the monotony of the job. If you're constantly making, like for instance, it's just constantly making shutters all the time, it can get a bit monotonous, can't it? You know. Whereas you get something a bit different, sort of like it does help with the old brain cells. So all I do is at the end, whenever I use this, I always make sure I roll it out first. Otherwise, sort of dry, and then it will like stipply, and then you just end up putting too much thick. The glue will be too thick. With that stucco, you know, Artex. My little holder. Then we've got to get the clamps on, and then I'm going to leave that. So we need, what do we need? Some clamps. That's what we need. So So G clamps, C clamps, wherever you are. Dong, 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 dong. Oh no! Got no blocks of wood. Let's go. No blocks of wood. I could have those squares and get on side. I'm not trying to crush it. I'm just like squeezing just a little bit. I never, generally have a load of marks in the wood. It's not usually a problem. You know what I forgot to do? I've got to cut the ends of the shutters. I'm getting carried away here. I'll do that later. Now I'll start putting clamps on. I'm going to carry on. All's good there. Okay, that's good. And I need some on this side, opposite opposing face. I'll use these F clamps for that because I haven't got that many long reach clamps. What are these F clamps? I seem to be missing one. Where is life? Where's that gone? It's been another one of these somewhere. I'll have to use a different one. Use that one. I'm missing a clamp. I'm walking a long way around for the hell of it. Just felt like it, you know. It's kind of when I was when we had our first Fitbit type watch, and me and Carol are doing whatever we can to try and get the most steps we possibly can. So take the longest journeys. You've always made sure we park well away from the door at the supermarket and all that sort of stuff. But it's now 7:30. I'll just pass 7:30. So I'm gonna have to go in a minute because I've got to, have something to eat. The missus, I'll be in trouble. Aha! Simon says. No Max stream tonight. I didn't think he was he? No, he's in Ireland, isn't he? He's in Ireland. He had a bit of an emergency rush back to Ireland for some reason. It was 12 degrees when I got up this morning, and 6 hours later, it's always cold where you are. Gingers. Oh, what? No? Ah, there. No, I didn't. Glasgow. I do now. I was wondering about that. How do you get a point on it? There you go. Ah. So it is. Clever. And it works. Even better. Just, it's modern technology, you know. Do you feel sorry for me, Glasgow, my little wooden pencils? I've never had one before. Oh dear. Oh, you do have very hot summers there, wouldn't you? Yeah. We do have, we have, God, last couple of years, our summers here in France been, oh, hottest for us was like, not last year, year before, but 3 years ago, my son got married as a wedding. There was in my lovely blue kind of like nice suit. I looked like a gangster, I did, and as I do, and I was so hot. I mean, that's literally me, father, thingy's father-in-law, Julian, and we're just sweating and sweating and sweating. It was just crazy madness. It was so hot. And I was using the drone to do some videos at the wedding as well. And it crashed while it's up there and just froze. And I couldn't get it down. I had to wait until it sort itself out. And, it just didn't want to do nothing. Oh, you lose wooden pencils or, or break the point sharpening with a Stanley. Yeah, I've been there, done that. That is true. To get a good point on. That's why you had little pencil sharpeners. I used the pencil sharpeners. When it's got the hand crank ones, the helical ones. They do work quite well. But I'll tell you what my biggest point about this pencil, because I was mentioning it earlier, I don't know if you heard me, but the thing I like about it, the actual leads, they're dark. With all the pencils, they're very pale and grey. That's all, that's very graphite. Graphite. Which is quite good. Easy to see. Especially when you get older, you need more contrast. Whatever you're looking at. P does says, we have hot summers every now and then, but they're getting more. Yeah, same here. No, I suppose you're right, Glass. They're not really an on-site thing, sharpness. No. I'm sold by it, mate. I really am. The fact that it's really, I can see the actual mark so much better. Yeah, anything does it. Have a look now. It does actually mark me. I just penciled myself. See? Yeah. Oh, I'm curious now. What about the TV? The monitor. I better not do that. That's a bad idea. Oh, so it does. There you go. Very good. Cheers. That's pretty great idea. It's a tough carbon marking pencil. I've never had one before. It's the very first one I've ever had. I will treasure it. Yeah, see? It's even got its own little home. It's actually quite good actually, because for me, my ears don't hold pencils. My dad always had a pencil behind his ear. I usually wear a cap in here most of the time, or a hat, and I'd have a pencil shoved up the side of the hat. That's the only way to hold them. I was just fall out all the time. The amount of times I stab myself in the face, pencil all the way around, it's not a great idea. So, yeah. Anyway, I am going to love you and leave you because I'm going to get my marching orders in a minute. She said, 2:45, she said, 2:45. Make sure you're in by 7:45. Obviously, French time. And, yeah. So, I suppose I better go. So, anyway, thanks for joining us. Anyway, we made another shutter, which needs, obviously, its braces and what have it. It needs trimmed to length and trimmed to width. I'm going to put some more bits and pieces onto the TIE Fighter. So, it's progressing. That TIE Fighter is taking longer than I expected, though. Yeah. As it do. And my workshop was an absolute mess. So I thought what I'm going to have to do tomorrow, I think I'm going to have to make sure I put the shutters I've already made, because there's shutters everywhere in it, and I've got shutters over here. There's shutters there, and then there's, I don't know if you see it there. And then we've got shutters over, obviously got one on the bench there, and then we've got shutters over there, and then we've got shutters through there as well. So I've been busy making shutters. In a day, I've got to keep the wall from the door, so the job came in, so I thought I'd better do it. Which is handy. So there. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and thank you very much. Wow, managed to keep a stream under 2 hours. How about that? That's a first. Ta-ta. One last look, see if I'm the same thing. If you do go to somewhere, I can give you some free trees. Free trees! Oh, I like free trees. Free trees are great. Riders of the storm. You too, bye. You take care, everybody. And have a good Friday evening. Don't drink too much. Now go on. Go for it. Three trees are great. That's a Dutch flag, isn't it? That's Netherlands. Oh yeah, well, quite possibly. We need to get the camper CT. So yeah, night mate, night Lee. You take night everybody, and have a great evening. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't need much. But anyway, that's another story. So ta-ta. Do you want to cancel the stream? Oh, I suppose I ought to ask. I get in trouble. Oh, can I be in trouble with the missus? No. Oh dear.